The Ecovacs Deebot T20 Omni is a robot mop combo that is fantastic to use. Across the majority of our tests, the T20 showcased exceptional results. In addition, it has a few but important improvements made from the earlier T10 Omni that enhances the user experience. This video is sponsored by Naplab. Naplab is our sister channel where we put mattresses to the test. We test mattresses through our battery of 9 different tests to create the most objective, transparent, and helpful reviews possible. If you're in the market for a new mattress and need help, visit us over at naplab.com or on our channel at YouTube. First, let's talk about what the T20 does best. First and foremost, it has excellent debris removal across all floor types, removing 5% more debris than our testing average to date of 92.3%. Furthermore, the mop pads raise and lower to avoid getting carpet or rugs wet while cleaning. Not only does this enhance usability, but the mop pads work well. They removed a healthy amount of dirt and debris in our tests. Finally, the T20 has a robust stocking station that manages the robot for you. In addition, it uses hot water to wash the mop pads. However, no robot vacuum is perfect. Let's talk through the important consideration points for the T20. While pet hair wasn't a major issue, long hair was. It struggled keeping long hair from tangling around the brush roll, having 67% of the strands remained around the axle. In addition, it comes with the latest and greatest features, but a high asking price. At Modern Castle, we test robot vacuums with 14 different tests that impact the performance, build quality, and usability of the vacuum. On screen now is a complete list of our testing categories and their performance. Cleaning performance was excellent for the T20. It struggled more with hair types, especially long hair. However, across all debris tests, the T20 showcased fantastic results. To test the debris removal performance of the T20, we put it through a series of 12 different cleaning tests consisting of 3 different floor types and 4 different debris types. We measure half an ounce of each debris type, laying it on the floor for the vacuum to clean. Next, we run the T20 over the debris on the highest suction power with a single forward and backward pass. After, we measure how much of the debris remains by weight and compare it to the starting amounts to determine cleaning performance. Overall debris removal performance was excellent. In our debris test, the T20 Omni was able to remove 97.3% of debris by weight. This is 5.0% more debris than the average of 92.3% based on all of our tests to date. I will note that the T20 Omni took a considerable amount of time to clean our testing lane, especially on high-powered carpets. That said, robot vacuums tend to not navigate optimally in our enclosed space. Most likely, this shouldn't be an issue for most users, as the robot will be cleaning full homes and not trapped in a box. Debris removal performance on the hardwood flooring was fantastic for the T20. What remained on hardwood was only the smallest debris, sugar and kitty litter. Due to the spinning side brush, debris can occasionally be swept away from the vacuum, causing it to disperse to other areas of the floor. In most cases, the robot will later cover the areas, removing the debris from the floor, but on the rare occasions, it can be missed. I suspect this is the likely cause of the missing debris, as mentioned previously, as our testing lane can cause robots to navigate a little differently than they would in a normal floor. Regardless, 97.1% debris removal is excellent, and I can only foresee that improving in a more natural setting. Low-power carpet showed the best performance from the T20. In our low-power carpet test, the T20 was able to remove 98.1% of debris by weight. This is 8.6% more debris than the average of 89.5% based on all of our tests to date. In general, we find robot vacuums tend to struggle on carpets, especially low-power. In contrast, the T20 had its best debris removal score across all 3 floor types. It had little issue with all debris, only leaving behind a small amount of sugar and kitty litter. Overall, we were impressed with the low-power carpet performance. High-power carpet was the worst performing category for the T20, but only by a small amount. Again, robot vacuums tend to struggle more on carpets, so this is expected. However, the T20 had a difference of 1.3% debris removal across all floor types. Even at 96.8% debris removal, I would consider it an excellent performance from the T20. To test how well the T20 manages long hair and avoids tangles, we pitted against 1.0 grams of long hair. We laid the strands on a hardwood floor and run the vacuum on max power. After cleaning, we check the floor for hair and the brush roll for tangles. Long hair performance was not great for the T20. In our long hair test, the T20 had 66.6% of the long hair tangled by weight. This is 12.1% more hair tangled than the average of 54.5% based on all of our long hair tests to date. Practically all of the hair got tangled around the brush roll, with a few strands that caught on the spinning side brushes. The real issue was the hair getting wound around the axle of the brush roll. This is a common issue among robot vacuums and something that is prevalent with the T20 as well. That said, it is relatively easy to clean the hair from the brush roll, which is a huge plus. For our pet hair test, we embed 1.0 grams of pet hair into high-pop carpet. Next, we let the T20 perform 2 full cleaning cycles. Finally, we measure the amount of remaining pet hair in the carpet, the amount that got tangled, and compare it to the starting amount to determine performance. In our pet hair test, the T20 removed 84% by weight. This is 16% more than the average of 65.0% based on all of our pet hair tests to date. Seeing this level of performance is fantastic, especially considering how the previous Ecovacs robots we've tested haven't performed as well. Both the X1 Omni and the T10 Omni were able to remove 61% of the pet hair. So this is a massive step up in performance for the T20. For our edge cleaning test, we test to see how close to the edge the T20 is able to clean. To test this, we place 0.6 ounces of sugar, kitty litter, and a little bit of rice directly along the edge of the wall, about 4 inches away from the wall. We then run the vacuum over the debris towards the wall on the highest suction power with a single cleaning cycle. Finally, we measure in inches how close the robot was able to clean in proximity to the wall and how much of the debris was removed by weight. The T20 showed great results in this test. Ecovacs has designed its mop pads to reach slightly beyond the body of the robot. This allows it to reach into edges or corners by slowly rotating its body when against the wall. This type of navigation worked well, allowing the robot to reach all the debris right along the edge. However, thanks to the spinning side brush, it swept some of the debris away from the edge. This is what caused the T20 to only remove 83.2% of the debris in this test. As stated in our debris test, I suspect this wouldn't be an issue in a more natural home setting. To test the crevice cleaning capabilities of the T20, we filled crevices in our tile testing lane with 0.3 ounces of sugar. Next, we let the robot complete a single cleaning cycle on the highest suction power and check how much of the sugar remained by weight. The T20 had practically no issues with this test. 96.7% of all debris was removed by weight, leaving only trace amounts left behind on the floor. Keep in mind, this test was performed with the mop off. Having the mop would ensure the plush material of the mop pads would sink down into the crevices, removing more of the debris. To test the mopping capabilities of the T20, we check how well it can remove small-scale stains and remove dirt on a broader scale. In our mop test, the T20 showcased excellent performance. On average, based on all of our robot mop devices we've tested to date, we find they have slightly worse performance than the T20. Despite multiple cleaning cycles of our office and studio space, the T20 was able to remove a healthy amount of dirt and debris. However, I wouldn't trust any substantial mess to the robot, as it seems more suited towards lighter and more maintenance type mopping. The robot uses 2 spinning mop pads that have the ability to raise and lower to avoid getting carpet or rugs wet. This is a major improvement from the T10 and X1, which instead fully avoids carpets and rugs while the mop pads are attached. How well a robot vacuum can navigate and clean the home can greatly impact the overall user experience. To check how well the T20 Omni navigates, we focus on 3 key factors. Our cleaning speed test showed that the T20 was able to clean our 1,000 square foot office space in 50 minutes. The average cleaning speed we find based on all of our robot vacuum tested to date is 64 minutes. The T20 is 14 minutes faster than average. In addition, the vacuum has access to recharge and resume features for extended cleaning operation. To test the obstacle avoidance of the T20, we place 4 objects on the floor and send the robot to clean around them. We observe the cleaning cycle, checking to see how well the robot navigates the space and whether or not it can avoid the objects. The T20 Omni had exceptional obstacle performance in our test. On average, based on all of our robot vacuums we've tested to date, robots struggled the most with avoiding cords and our mug. In both cases, the T20 performed better. However, the T20 Omni did have some partial contact with the cord. It wasn't the cord we had laid down in the testing area, but a different cord that was connected to one of our studio lights. Even in this case, the contact wasn't enough to displace the cord or get stuck. We also test how well the T20 cleans on a broader scale. We have the robot perform multiple cleaning cycles in our office and studio space, focusing on 3 core requirements. Can it fully clean the space? Can it not get stuck? And can it return to base? The T20 Omni had exceptional navigational performance in our test. On all fronts, the robot was able to fully clean the space and return to base successfully every time. This is in spite of a floor that is commonly being changed with new products and otherwise cluttered with film and testing equipment. In our noise test, the T20 Omni generated 65.9 decibels of noise on max suction power. This is 3.0 decibels lower than the average of 68.9 decibels based on all of our noise tests to date. That said, it isn't much louder than the average robot vacuum. In addition, the dock generates 80.1 decibels of noise while self-emptying. This is louder than the average dock we test, which generates 75.6 decibels of noise. If noise is a concern, you can utilize the scheduling tool or do not disturb modes to avoid cleaning during quiet hours. Here's what the T20 sounds like in each mode. And here's what it sounds like while the self-emptying is going on. Across the board, usability on the T20 is excellent. It builds upon features available with its predecessors and improves the overall design. Most notably, the lifting mop pads. On previous Ecovacs models we've tested, the robot would avoid carpets or rugs while the mops were attached. This meant you needed to remove the mop pads if you wanted the robot to clean the carpet. However, this isn't the case with the T20. The mop pads can raise or lower to avoid getting carpets dirty or damp. This, in combination with all the other great features available, make the T20 Omni an incredibly hands-off device. The T20 Omni has an estimated yearly maintenance cost of $56 a year. On screen now is a table showcasing the major maintenance tasks for the T20. Like many high-end robot vacuums released today, the docking station for the T20 Omni is robust. It automatically empties the debris from the robot, refills the water supply, and washes and dries the mop pads. The new twist added by Ecovacs is the ability to wash the mop pads with hot water. It uses the water provided by the clean water supply, heats it up internally, and washes the mop pads with that water, providing a more effective self-cleaning. That said, the base plate of the dock is not removable in a way that makes cleaning the cleaning sink easy. Instead, the docking station can fill the cleaning sink with water, allowing the user to use the provided brush to scrub away the grime and debris. While this is a nice addition, and in theory it's beneficial, you still have to get on your hands and knees to actually clean the station. It would be much better off to have a removable cleaning sink that you can just take to your kitchen to clean. The size of the T20 Omni is about average compared to other robot vacuums we've tested. The docking station, however, is fairly large and hosts a 4-liter water tank for both clean and dirty water. So, is the T20 Omni right for you? It's an excellent high-end robot mop combo with fantastic results across the board. It removed 97.3% of all debris in our cleaning test, functioned well as a daily mopping device, and removed 84% of hair from carpets. Thanks to improvements made with the sensors, object recognition, and map creation, the T20 Omni navigated well. It never got stuck, avoided most objects completely, and returned to the base every time. The overall build quality is excellent, and usability is incredible thanks to a robust docking station. It automatically empties the robot's dustbin, washes the mop pads with hot water, dries mop pads, and refills the water supply. Overall, it does have a high asking price, but the performance and bleeding edge usability features cannot be overstated. Well guys, if this video, I hope it was helpful. Comments, questions, please drop us those notes down below. If you're interested in buying the T20, we've got a link in the description. For more from Modern Castle, be sure to get subscribed, ring that bell, and visit us over at moderncastle.com. As always, thank you so much for watching.